I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. For decades, I've been a Bob Dylan fan. I admire the way that he writes. I admire his free spiritedness. He was the guy that changed the face of pop music. He was before the Beatles. He's before most of the people that we think about being innovators nowadays. I did 3 albums with him as a studio musician, and I just figured we were going to do an acoustical album, which came up by quite offhand. And the reason we did Dylan is, of course, because I'm such a big fan of his, and I think in the back of my mind I'd always had a little idea about doing something like this. And another thing is, you never run out of songs. You got plenty of material to pick from when you start on a Bob Dylan project. If I had to pick one song that to me personified Bob Dylan and his writing style and what he wrote about and the way he performed, it would be that one. To me, it's a documentary. It was a time he was an observation of what was going on at the time. It was a time when the two generations, for the first time in my lifetime, and I think in ever really, were just complete loggerheads at each other about almost everything. And to me, what Bob was saying was, this has happened in the older generation, whether you want it to happen or not. So you can either go with the flow, or you can stand in the way and just get knocked down, because this is happening. This is too big to stop. Your mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command, and your old way is rapidly fading. I mean, that says it pretty plainly. I don't see it as being a put down. I think he speaks very gently to people about it, but this is going on. This is coming down. Whether you want it to come down or not, it's going to happen anyway. So what's your attitude going to be toward it? Are you going to stand in the way and stand in the doorways and block up the halls, or just be swept away with the tide, or are you going to learn how to live with it?